Hey everyone, happy Monday. I am so glad to see you guys. I can't wait for the live question and answer. Don't forget to share and like this video. For those of you who do not know who I am Omar Ali, your life coach, whether you know it or not. And we are going to get started in about 2 minutes. So enjoy this little video and I will see you guys soon. All right, all right, all right. So let's see, which one am I going to do today? Which one am I going to do today? I don't know. We'll just do the same one. I'll see you in 2 minutes. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Woo. Okay, guys. So it's been a day. I'm just going to tell you guys straight up, it has been a day. So I had to go into my own coping skills box today. And I'm going to tell you what happened because this I know happens to a lot of us. And if we're not careful, excuse me while I readjust myself here. If we're not careful, what we'll do is beat ourselves up, thinking that we have not come as far as we have. So prior to coming in to my Mending Monday, it was like, this is the top. I was like, right about right here. And I'm going to tell you how I got there. I got there because I waited too long. I waited too long to use my coping skills. I waited too long to do all the things that I know how to do in order to keep myself balanced. So I found myself teetering, but do you know what kept me? Just keep on tilting and tilting and tilting. It was this. Time. I knew I only had so much time to get so much done. And so I just kept going. And so by the time I got ready to prepare to come in and speak with you guys, I was already like literally walking around sideways because I was trying to get things done. And did I get them done? Yes. But how effective did I get it done? I won't know until tomorrow. I won't know until all the smoke clears and I go back and look at everything that I've done in this day and see, okay, how effective were you really? So prior to coming in, I had to just stop. I said, whoo, let's just stop. Excuse me. So I stopped. I did my breathing exercise. I had to meditate. I had to literally stop thinking. I had to make myself stop thinking because the thing about it is when you go, your mind is in overdrive and it's like, yeah, she's just hitting them. So it just keeps throwing things at you. So it was like, okay, I got through with one thing and another thought came. And so, and I'm a pretty avid meditator, but today I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, did I remember to make that deposit today? Dang it, I was supposed to cut a carpet, people. So the thoughts just kept coming and coming. Even in me using my coping skills, even in me trying to meditate, the thoughts just kept coming and coming. So what did I do? I just let them go. I watched every single thought go across my mind like a movie. And this is actually a meditative technique. You just watch it go. I just watched it go. Just watched it go past. And I just breathed. Held it for a few seconds. Blew it out. Took another breath. And my heart was still going. Because even while I was meditating, I was thinking to myself, you can't be late for my Mending Monday. So let's get this meditation thing done. Even in using my coping skill, I was still trying to make my coping skill work within me being imbalanced. I was trying to bring my coping skills into my imbalance, literally, because I was still like, go. So heart going, ta. And I'm like, okay, just follow your breathing. And so how did I get out of that? So, and I'm telling you guys, this is my Mending Monday. Yes, Monday is my favorite day of the week. It's your favorite day of the week, but this is a real struggle. This is Omari Lee right here. Omari Lee, life coach. Real life examples of how to use the toolbox. Okay. So I am trying to slow my breathing down. And I had to tell myself, whatever didn't get done is not going to get done. And it's okay. You will live. Whatever didn't, if it wasn't, it's not. And that's it. Accept it. And I started thinking about, okay, that's true. Well, yeah, that's logic. Whatever's not done, it's not going to get done. And then I started telling myself, but you know what? You're pretty awesome today. You got most of the stuff done on your to-do list. You also got to spend a little time with the kiddos. You had a nice little heart-to-heart moment with your daughter today. And I started thinking of all the wonderful things I've done. And as I started thinking of those things, I started just relaxing. I started building myself up with all of the positive things about myself. I started just giving myself just kudos. So then after I did that, I noticed that my breathing had slowed down. It had slowed down. And then now I can actually follow the breath, which is part of meditation. But I had to get past that initial, the heart beating fast, the, oh my God, I didn't get everything done, all of that. I had to break through all of that to get to here where I was able to say, okay, now follow the breath. Then once I started following the breath, I felt my heart's beat slowing down. I felt a lot of things starting to come back to normalcy. I started going like this and I was like, thank you, Jesus. And then the more I began to say, thank you, Jesus, gratefulness and worship and everything else began to take place. Okay. Now I finished the meditation. I got up. I had 20 minutes before My Mindy Monday started. Went upstairs. So I had to put on this. So I put on a little eyeshadow for y'all tonight, really for me, because this is another coping skill. When I feel imbalanced or I feel like I'm about to put boxing gloves up and beat myself up for everything I didn't get done for the day, I have to build myself from the inside out. So I build myself up from the inside by quieting my mind, using my meditation, using my self-love, giving myself positive affirmations. And now I did it on the outside. I went in, put a little eyeshadow on, little lip gloss, and I was like, okay, you're looking like something now, girl. You're looking like you can, like you're okay, like you're ready to lead somebody else. Okay, let's get slowly but surely, And so I made my outside start to look like what I was feeling on the inside. And I said, okay. I came and I sat down and I sat here for a minute and I was like, oh, you forgot you were supposed to go live on Instagram tonight as well. It didn't happen. So if you are also an Instagram follower, I'm sorry. I can only do so much in this day. Okay. And so that is my story of today, using the tools. And now that I've also used another tool, which is to talk about it. I got it out of here and I've said it all out here. And I've said, hey, I'm okay. Now I can say, happy Monday. So how is everyone doing today? Let me see who's in today. Hey, Ashley and Shy. Majay. Hello, Tamara. Me and you, us never part. Hi, Tamara. Marlon, my little big brother. I love every time I see you in here, Marlon. What? Hey, Mr. Levy, all the way from New York. How you doing, sir? All right. So let me see. Okay, so Ashley, she was responding to my Mindy Monday struggle. So let me see. Where are we? Let me see what she said. I'm just going to put it up there. I'll read it with you guys. So let me see. She said, LOL, I struggle with that because I tell myself that. And then I'm like, well, is it okay? LOL. And I got to start that. Yes, it is over. Right. So I think I understand what she's saying. Basically, and I'm a summarize it. And oh, my honey love is here. Hey, Phil. So I understand completely what Ashley's talking about. You start off with you say, okay, I'm okay. And then you're like, but am I really going to be okay? Okay. Yeah. I'm okay. Yeah. Yes. It's okay, darling. Is it though? Oh, wait a minute. What was that deadline? No, it's okay. I'm okay. So I totally get that whole cycle of, starting over. Because the thing is, what's happening is that it's like the inner struggle. It's the inner struggle that is like what your expectation, or sometimes the expectation of other people is way up here, and you're trying to get the things done based on what you think you should have been able to get done. But sometimes time is going. One of the things that I know is just a part of my lifestyle, and I've had to just accept that, is that I'll get phone calls throughout the day. Even while I'm working, I get phone calls throughout the day. And sometimes people are like, hey, I just wanted to go ahead and just shoot this information to you, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, great. I'll talk to you later. And I'm like, it's so good to hear your voice. And it's like, yeah, but did I tell you that? Da, 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 da. And I get caught up in this story. And now I'm kind of life coaching along the way throughout my day. And it's just part of my day. But what that will do is sometimes push back things that I was supposed to get done, and so then I'm find myself scrambling towards the end of the day. But I've learned also in that sometimes I have to say, I got 5 minutes. Okay, I only got 10 minutes. Okay, I got 15 minutes. Okay, and sometimes I've also learned to just say, I got to call you back on this one. I absolutely understand, but I got to call you back on this one. And I do my best to call them back. But so we have these expectations of what we're supposed to be able to get done. We have this expectation of if we, I guess, when we first wake up in the morning, we feel so strong and we're like, yes, today I'm gonna do this. And so sometimes we make unrealistic to-do lists because we are fresh in the morning. We are high. We got all the energy in the world. We didn't slept good the night before. Shoot, my to-do list going to have about 60, 70 things on it because you know why? Because I feel strong. Shoot, I didn't do my meditation. I didn't work out. I drank my smoothie this morning, got that protein shake in me. I can get it done. So we just keep going. Oh yeah. And then don't forget to call them. And then sometimes I be feeling so good in the morning and I swear y'all better not leave me hanging. If y'all are like this, please give me some thumbs up. Talk back to me. Sometimes I be feeling so good making my to-do list. I'll sit back and look at it and think to myself, I know it's something else what else can I do? Because I feel so strong in that moment that I'm like, I think I can mow the lawn. I think I could let me see what I got between 9 and 10. Let me look at the grass. I'm putting on mowing the lawn because that's how, when you first wake up, you fresh, you feel like you can do it all. And that's me. Sometimes I'll make my to-do list. My to-do list has a to-do list because I just feel strong in that moment, but it's not a realistic list. And then when I get to about 9 or 10, I'm like, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it and I'm like, I still got 10 things on there. Why did I say I was going to mow the lawn? Right. So you guys, I swear, if y'all leave me hanging, sometimes you really be thinking that you can get it all done because in a perfect world, it does take 15 minutes to balance your checkbook because you've been balancing it all month, right? So 15 minutes, not a problem until you get that one charge that you like, when did I do that? And now you're down a rabbit hole. So it's just a matter of being honest with yourself, realistic with yourself, and then just saying, hey, I forgive myself, and just moving on, just moving forward. Okay, so I'm going to see who else is in. If you're just coming in, I am just giving you my Monday situation. And it was a lot today. Not to mention all the other things that people put on my list throughout the day saying, oh, hey, can you do this and this? Can you do this and this? Because I work from home. And so a lot of people think that because I'm at home, I have a lot of more time. And I know a lot of you are now working from home. And so sometimes that also can add some things on your to-do list because they just assume that you're here and you kind of have that time. So today was my day. And I thank you guys for letting me share. And then we will get to the topic of the night. And I'm completely prepared and in a very, very wonderful space to give back to all of you. Okay. So let's see. If you are just coming in, just say hi to me, give me a shout out. I will pause from all of my rants and check it out. So let me see. Hey, Connie. Yeah, schedules, stay busy. So let's see. Tamara said she liked checking things off more. Exactly. Once you get it all, it's good to do this, but when you got to do that, it's like, another thing. I totally agree. Totally agree. Teray said his schedule stay busy. Let me see. She says, I'm the opposite. I add on later because I'm not a morning person. I have to do my morning meditation and be ready for a good morning attitude. All right. How many of you guys in there are not morning people? If you're a morning person, give me a thumbs up. I am totally a morning person. I can get 2 hours of sleep and still hop up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I don't know how or why, but I just be like, time to get up. Let's go. If I have something to do, I'm just gonna hop up. I am a morning person. If you're a morning person, come on. Who's with me? Who's with me? Top of the morning to you. That's me. That's me. I love it. Tamara said that part. Just because we're home doesn't mean we can run errands or wait for the plumber. Oh, thank you. This is just so. I wish I could hear your voices, because I mean, whoo, it was a day today, guys. It was a day today. So I am really, really loving this. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Let's see. Oh yeah, Phil say he's not a morning person at all, and he is not at all. Ah, she said she's not after 10 a.m. Oh my goodness. Even though she's up, right? So just because you're awake don't mean that you're like top of the morning. I'm gonna go back to what Ashley said. She says she has to do her morning meditation to be ready for a good morning. So just because you're up doesn't mean that it's a good morning. Right, right. I just like mornings. I don't know. I just get up and get started and get going. That's the top of my energy. So if I'm up at 5, if I'm up at, whatever, I'm just up and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. If somebody was like, hey, we got to leave at 3 a.m, but you got to be fully dressed, I will be fully dressed, hair done, ready to go. So yeah, I'm definitely a morning person. So I'm thinking that today's topic, with everything else that I've had going on today, I'm thinking today's topic should be, what should go? I know we've talked about it briefly, but I guess we should talk about coping skills, because I think that's just kind of where I'm at today. I did have a different topic, but I think we should really talk about coping skills, and what they're used for. I know a lot of people think that coping skills are, if you've heard the word coping skill, give me a thumb up. So at least if I have to explain what it is, I will. But if you already have heard coping skill, you know what coping skills are, then give me a thumbs up. I'm gonna wait and see how many, if you know what they are. Let me see. I have a new comment, guys, and it says, why do people who live in chaos come around you to try to mess up your day? Yeah, it does seem like that. It does seem that sometimes people who love mess come to bring mess, and you just got to weed them kind of people out, seriously. Okay. So coping skills. Yes. So since I only had a couple, say they know what it is, I'm just going to explain what it is. So basically, whatever you're going through, it doesn't have to be mental breakdown. It could be anything that causes you to be imbalanced. Like today, I just was so far like this that I needed to get back this way. So a coping skill basically is anything that you use to keep you balanced. So you're not emotional minded, you're not rational minded or logical minded, you're right here and you're centered. And so there's many things that can kind of throw you off. We talked about having that unacceptable list. It can be your triggers. It can be being tired. That's another thing today. I did not eat well today, and I haven't been for like a month because I just had so much other stuff going on. And when you haven't eaten well that day, or you skipped lunch, or you didn't get enough rest, it's called HALT. Okay. So HALT, if you can just think about that, HALT, it's 4 things, right? So it's hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Okay. So yes. So that's HALT, okay? Because I kept doing this and I was thinking, is it 5 things? I'm like, well, I don't have 5. HALT is 4 letters. Okay, so it's like this because you're just saying stop, wait a minute. And you check yourself. Am I hungry? Am I angry? Am I lonely? Am I tired? And those 4 questions will usually turn yourself back around to realize why you're kind of imbalanced. And sometimes that's all it takes. Eat. And your attitude just, you're no longer hangry. Okay, just eat. Or if you're angry, okay, let's calm down. If you're lonely, you know what? Let me call a buddy. Let me see what my sister's doing. Let me, reach out to whatever. If you're tired, then okay, I'm tired. I haven't gotten enough rest. That's why I'm irritable. So sometimes when we're out of whack, it's just because of those 4 things. It could simple things that you can fix like that. Granted that you're not homeless or anything, but if you're at home and you find yourself, you're just getting irritable, the kids are just loud, and they're louder than usual, they seem like, or your spouse is just talking way too much, or it could just be a lot that was going on. And sometimes they're very simple. Eat, take a nap, stop for a minute, get out of the house. Watch a movie, pull your daughter and say, hey, let's watch this 30-minute sitcom with me. Or get on the phone, call somebody and say, hey, what you doing? Man, I'm sitting up here. I don't know. I'm just all over the place. So I figure I'll call and see what's going on in your world. Talk it out. So sometimes it's very simple as just fixing those things. When those things are already sufficient, which means you have been eating, you got good rest, you're not lonely, and you're not angry, you're just imbalanced. Sometimes, people will say, I don't know, I just kind of feel I'm off. I feel off. I'm not really sure, okay, that's when you may need to start pulling in them coping skills, because that means that something's going on that's not right here. It's not a simple fix. It's not a simple fix, which means you can't quite put your finger on it, but you're going like this. So coping skill, that is anything that's going to help you get upright again. Now, everybody has a different thing that kind of snaps them out of it. So in my box, I have my music. So I'm going to tell you right now, without Apple Music is my bestie next to my man. Apple Music is right there, because anytime I'm going through anything and I am just like, okay, it's not working. No, and I got to tell my husband, I know you're really trying. The back rub is awesome. Stop. I need to go into a little small space with just me because I'm not doing well. Music does it for me. Okay. So today, while I was getting dressed, you know what song was in my head? I don't know if you guys remember Head to Toe. I might be telling but Head to Toe by Head to Toe. Oh, come on, Tamara. I know Tamara sings like an angel. Head to Toe by come on, if you know the group, help me. Don't just leave me out here hanging. Lisa and the Coat Jam. So that song was just in my head, and I was just like, because it lifts up my mood. It helps me to forget, because now I'm thinking of lyrics, right? And so I'm like, okay, and I'm just like in there, and I got the music going, and it has to be loud because I gotta feel like I'm in the studio with them, and I'm background singing now. I'm grabbing the mic from Lisa and I'm just singing, I'm lead singing, because that is part of my coping skill. Okay, so music does that for me. And it doesn't have to be always upbeat. Sometimes I just want to hear a little bit of what a different. I'll listen to LTD. I'll listen to whatever it was, whatever it is that just kind of lifts me and puts me in a better headspace. So that's in my coping skills box is my music. When my music is not sufficient, when usually it is, that's my go-to. But when it's not sufficient because I'm having a headache or I'm just like, I really just need quiet. So meditation. Meditation is another coping skill that I use because meditation allows me to get quiet, especially when I can't put my finger on it, but it's bothering me. It's bothering me. Or I know who I came in contact with that caused me to get all, but I can't quite figure out why I got so irritated. So I'm going to need to get quiet. Music is not good for me at that time. I need to get quiet. I need to get centered. I need to listen to what Holy Spirit wants to tell me about me and why I'm out of pocket. So that's another thing that I use that's in my coping skills box. If I'm not meditating, sometimes it's just being out, letting the wind or whatever, being in the elements really, really helps me. I have a certain park that I just love to go to, and you go all the way up to the top and you can see the city. They have like these huge rocks. Sometimes I'm on the rock, but they got snakes. So it just depends. Sometimes I just take my shoes off and walk in the grass, and I'll just sit crisscross applesauce and just enjoy it. It's not uncommon to see me just sitting on the grass like this. I don't care who sees me, because I'm in my own world, in my own space. I'm coping. I am allowing myself that individual time that's necessary for me to get upright again and to get balanced in my coping skills box. Another coping skill that I use is my girlfriends. I have stupid friends on purpose because I like to get stupid. I'm very goofy. I love just laughing, laughter. And I have friends who love to laugh. I mean, they catch all the stupid stuff in the movies. We'll put on Will Ferrell and just go in and just be rolling. We'll go and watch old SNL episodes. We'll pull out old, Eddie Murphy. We'll watch some stuff that just y'all be like, this is dumb. I love it. I'll go and I'll call her and say, hey, let's go and, I'm coming over. We're going to watch some old movies. We're going to pull out some Jim Carrey. We're going to watch Liar, Liar. We're going to watch Ace Ventura. And we're going I swear, it's the guts to me. That's my coping skill, okay? Things that make me laugh. They lift up my mood. So there's many different things that you do on any given day, and it brings you joy. That's what you put in your coping skills box. That's what you go to. That's your go-to, but you got to have it handy. You know what I mean? So even on my phone, I even have like stuff that's downloaded. Sometimes you got to download your favorite episode. You got to download your favorite movie on your phone, your favorite scene. Just, even if you just snap a picture of that favorite scene that you like, of that favorite movie, that's going to remind you, it's your favorite movie. So you already know the parts to it, but just looking at it sometimes will make you laugh. So those are some of the things. So I want to hear from you now. What are some of the things that you are doing? Now, if you already have a coping skills box, and it may not be a physical box, you just got the things that you do and you're consistent in doing them. If you already have that, then yes, please talk to me. Let me know what they are. They may be some things that will help everybody else in here to know what it is that that you're using. I know, and I'm just going to talk while I'm waiting for you guys to input the things that you love to do. With my friends, one of the most important things about having a coping skills box is that other people know about it. Other people know about it. And I know I've alluded to this often about the coping skills box, but it's all going to be something that I go more in depth into when on my YouTube channel. And this is a quick plug, but it'll be in May. I will be starting my mental health YouTube channel. And because if you don't know me, before becoming a life coach, I've have a lot of experience, a lot of background in mental health issues and dealing with different mental health behaviors. And so in that, one of the things that make the coping skills box so helpful is that other people know about it. Because one of the things that I have found is that when you're out of pocket or you're imbalanced, everybody else around you know it. Sometimes before you do, if you don't practice that introspection, most people will know that you're imbalanced before you do, because you think you can handle it. You think that it's not as bad. Sometimes you think you're right. Sometimes you think it's the other person. And so people around you will be like, are you okay? That's the first sign. You okay? You'd be like, yeah, I'm fine. Why? You might want to tell your face, because your face is saying something different. Your body language is saying something different. So when other people know your coping skills, they can then help you to become balanced. You know, my sweetheart, he'll say, hey, babe, you want to go listen to some music? You want to do some karaoke? He'll start going through my list. Boop, 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 because he knows that when I'm then I need help. Sometimes, because you guys have to remember my history. I used to live like this, just completely out of whack, completely out of balance. And I wanted everybody else to turn this way with me so I would feel balanced. Oh, that was good. Did y'all hear what I just? Okay. Sometimes I lived out of balance for so long that I would literally try to change everybody else so that they start looking like this, so that I don't look like I'm out of balance. So, anywho, I am going to go and let me see. We're talking about coping skills. We're talking about when you're imbalanced, the importance of having coping skills, and what those things are that you may not even be aware that they help you, because you do it sometimes just on you're on autopilot, and you do it, and because you're doing it, it's kind of soothing you, but you're not really thinking about it. So you're not thinking about it proactively. You just kind of do it. So this is what I'm going to say. Think of what you do when you're not out of whack and you just love it. I love dancing. That's another one that's on my coping skills. I love to dance. And so I put my music on, I get in here, I go in. I don't care what I look like, but I dance very well. Let me just say that. But I don't care what I look like. I don't care. I'm dancing it out. I'm getting out all the frustration. I'm getting out all of the anger, and I'm coping. So I want to hear from you guys. So let me see. Tamara said, I like to sit in the car alone before I go in the house at the end of the day. 10 to 30 minutes of peace. Wow. That is so proactive. That is so proactive. So basically, you're taking one hat off and preparing yourself for putting on the other hat. You're preparing yourself for the mommy or the honey or the, whatever it is. Whatever it is that is behind door number one, so it's like, okay, let me kind of get myself, together, if you would say, just kind of switching hats. And I want to just talk about this because this is something that I strongly believe in. It's the preparing for what's to come. So a lot of times, like if I have a meeting or I come out of a meeting, before I go into my next meeting, I take a minute just to breathe. Even if it's just 5 minutes, I take that time. Even when I schedule my clients, I have a 5 or 10 minute break in between each client, which is why I've gotten some people that says, hey, I tried to book and it said it was available, but it's not available. That's because I have that me time in between, which is important, because if I have one client and then leave that client and go straight into another client, in my opinion, my second client is not getting the best of me like my first client, because in my mind, I have not taken the time to detach from my first client before moving on to my second client. So when you take that time to prep, that's self-care. Kudos to you, Tamra. That's self-care. Even when I was in school and I would go from class to class, I would try to get to the class early so I could sit, and I would just sit quietly in like this meditative state, breathing, getting my head ready for the next subject so that I'm open and that my head is clear. So kudos. I love that one. So let me see. All those things you said with people, movies, music, funny stuff, a good time. When I want time to myself in coping, I enjoy hiking, poetry, and painting. Awesome. So in your coping skills box, Ashley would have some boots. She'd have some paper, pen. She would have like a little bitty easels and some paintbrushes, and awesome. Now I would ask you, do you have, is any of that, Ashley, I'm asking you this question. Is any of those things, are any of those things easily accessible? Meaning, like, let's say you're not home. Are you able to like have anything like that? Like, I know that a buddy of mine has that painting app where you can like to touch the buttons, or you can stroke something like that. And then she has like where she has like can use her little pen and like kind of do these little brush strokes where it kind of emulates painting. So are they easily accessible? Let me see. Oh, thank you. She answered me right away. So she says she keeps the stuff in her car. Awesome. So see, that's a coping skill, and when I say coping skills box, because literally you could take the box with you, when you're going to your in-laws house for that barbecue, take your box with you, because you might need to go to the car for a few minutes and be like, okay, see, until you can calm down. Not all in-laws are outlaws. I'm just saying that, or when you're going somewhere where it may be a little stressful, you're coping ahead. And that's a tool to cope ahead. It means, okay, I'm going into a situation that perhaps may be a little bit much today. So I'm going to cope ahead of time. So I'm preparing myself that if X, Y, and Z occurs, I got A, B, and C in place to dig me out of that, to keep me from going there. So this is coping ahead. She keeping the stuff in her car. It's coping ahead. Tamara is saying that she's sitting 10 to 30 minutes in the house before entering the house. Is coping ahead. And these are awesome tools that we can use, because it already puts us in the mindset of, okay, I already know what I'm walking into. And so if this happens, I need to be my best self. So let me get some stuff off of me. Let me get some things out of my head, get some stuff out of my mind, so that when I come in and it's mommy, did I tell you this? Did I tell you that? Guess what happened today? Did you see that? And it's like nonstop questions, or nonstop. It's just like because they're so excited, and they're so excited to see us sometimes that they just it doesn't stop. I know, because I do it to my husband, bless his poor heart. He comes in, I'm like, baby, did I tell you this and this and this and this and this? And I tell you that. And then yesterday, I forgot to tell you last night. Oh my God, because I fell asleep. But this and this and this. And then he hasn't even taken his satchel off yet. And he's going, yeah, babe. I haven't even gotten into how was your day yet. because I'm just so excited to see him. And because he's my bestie, I just want to share everything. And then he's just like, okay, honey. Yeah, okay. Because I'm not a life coach at that time. So give me a break. I'm not a life coach. I'm his wife. And I miss my man. I want to tell him stuff. But I got to be mindful of that. So I'm going to have to be more mindful of that. But I digress. But coping ahead. And that's awesome. If anyone else wants to share a coping skill, something that they use to kind of keep them calm or keep them in that happy place, I would love to hear it. And I'm hoping that this is kind of striking some ideas in you, that you're like, you know what? Yeah, I need to start doing that more. Sometimes you can just sit there and you think about things and you're like, man, it's been a long time since I actually did X, Y, and Z. It's been a long time, since I actually just danced. I don't even think I dance anymore, And so hopefully this is kind of moving you into that place of things that bring you joy. And how you can and how you can kind of lift your own mood, because at the end of the day, regardless of what your boss said, regardless of how the kids acted, regardless of how your spouse did or what he did or did not do, forgetting about the lady behind the counter who rolled her eyes, or the doggone server who got your order wrong, or the person that cut you off on the freeway, or the person who scheduled an appointment and then forgot and double booked and you had set your day for it, and now out of all of that, the onus is always on us to be masters of our own emotions, to be masters of our own thoughts, and to be able to stay level-headed. The onus is on us. It's not on anybody else to stay level-headed. So you have to be able to have some coping skills. You got to have something in your arsenal, something that you can go to in order to maintain and to stay in a healthy place. All right. So let me see. Teray says he takes a few minutes to play Sudoku. Am I saying that right? Sudoku. There's no U. Sudoku. Okay, let me use my phonics. Okay, when there is another vowel at the end, the first one says its name. So that would be Sudoku. Sudoku, I'm thinking. Okay, so he uses, and I'm going to call it Sudoku until somebody corrects me. So he takes a few minutes to play Sudoku to cope. Yes. What's my app? Oh man. So I like to play spades on my phone. I play spades. And the other one is that doggone what's the name of that game? Word blocks. Wood puzzle blocks, something like that. But I feel you on that one, Mr. Teray. So I also have one, and I tried to play Sudoku. And at first I couldn't figure it out, and I was like, okay, this is more work than relaxing. No, sir, I don't like that at all. But then I figured it out. I had to learn how to play it on paper. No, I had to learn how to play it on the phone before I could play it on paper, because I didn't understand the concept. But on the phone, when you make a wrong move, it like gives you like the red, like, no, and it kicks you out. So I learned it that way. And it is kind of relaxing. I have played it a little bit, but I like that word puzzle a little better. And I love playing spades. So I play it on my phone. And that's just very, very relaxing to me. And I also play dominoes on my phone. And it's very, very relaxing to me. And my husband, he always teases me. He's like, so how's that stock market coming? And I'm like, what? And he's like, because you focus. You are focused. And because it is very, very soothing. It's very relaxing. There's something about putting those blocks and rearranging them. It's kind of like old school Tetris, but I really, really enjoy it, So that is another awesome coping skill. So, all right. You know what, Stacy? Stacy said, "My poor husband." I know. I know. Y'all pray for my husband. He be enduring with me. He really, really do. You know, most of the things that I teach my clients, and most of the things that I teach and share with you guys when I'm on my Mending Mondays are things that I have put my husband through. So it's been tried and true. So if most of the things that I'm talking about, you better believe that he has endured it. So I've learned my lessons through my husband. So yeah, you guys pray for him, you know, but he got a good thing. Don't get it twisted. He definitely got a good thing. Okay, so those are what coping skills are. That's coping skills kind of in a nutshell. And the benefits of them. So the benefits of having these coping skills, like I said earlier, they do allow you to cope ahead. When you have things already in place that you know bring you joy, when you have things already in place that you know are going to help you stay balanced, help you to stay calm, help you to be able to effectively handle any and every situation, then it kind of builds up your confidence going into things. You know, it builds up your confidence because now you say, I'm prepared. I'm prepared. Whatever's coming at me, I'm ready because I know how to not lose control. And if I do start to kind of unravel, I can just, you know, if anybody who has an Apple, or you ain't got to have an Apple, but anybody, you should have an Apple, but anybody who has any type of phone or device and you have the earpiece, you know, just hit the music and just be sitting there smiling at them while you listening to your favorite song. You know what I'm saying? Don't break out and do one of these, please, because they gonna know you're not listening. But just let the music play in your head, you know, in your ear, and allow yourself to come down. Allow yourself to come down. If you're in a situation and you have your phone, you can just pull it out and, you know, say, you know what, I'm gonna go to the bathroom for a minute and just sit there for like 10 minutes and just play. Because what it does is a lot of these coping skills are distractions, but they're healthy distractions because they allow your mind to kind of come down. It allows you to breathe a little bit. It allows you to separate from the current situation in order to think. So, and I guess I better just slide a little, disclaimer in there to say this. Coping skills are for you to be able to cope long enough to re-engage. Please hear me when I say this. The coping skill is for you to become level-headed so that you can think, step outside of the situation, look at it, think about the healthy way to respond, and then re-engage. Okay? So it's not a long-term solution. You know, you can't, unless you're coping ahead and you're being proactive, you know, by sitting for a while or, you know, spending a little time in me space before engaging. That's proactive. That's awesome. That's a great skill to practice and get that into your regular repertoire. So that is one thing. But to just zone out and just start playing music and you're just like, and never re-engage, now it's not a healthy distraction. You just want a distraction long enough so that you come back down. When you're climbing, you're escalating, come back down to a center to where you're healthy, where everything is clear. You're not seeing red or all these other colors that we see sometimes when we're out of balance, when we're too angry, or when we're too tired, or when we're too hungry, or we're too lonely. When we're experiencing all of these things that go on, we get to a center place where where our normalcy is. And hopefully that's a healthy place. Then you can re-engage from a healthy stable mindset. Okay. So please, everybody in the comment box, put I must re-engage, or just put re-engage. And I'm gonna put mine in first. So we are going to re-engage. Okay. Okay, mine's not letting me. Just put in re-engage, or just put it in engage. Whatever, just let me know that you understand that this is not a long-term solution. A coping skill is just to get you back to normalcy so you can then re-engage. Okay? You guys put it in there. Put it in there, because I'm waiting. I am waiting. Thank you, Teray. Re-engage, 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 you can do it. Okay. So thank you, Phil. So you are constantly in a place of accountability. Thank you, Connie. You're constantly in the place of accountability. The onus is always on us. We are to re-engage and get back in the game. So go back to the conversation, go back to the situation, go back to whatever it was that caused you to get imbalanced, re-engage and say, hey, I'm in a healthy place now. I'm ready to talk. Or I'm sorry, I kind of, needed a break, but I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go and re-engage. Okay. And start practicing those healthy relationships, healthy responses, healthy. Okay. It's all about health. It's all about taking the responsibility for our own actions, regardless of what people do to us, regardless of what we think people do to us. The onus is on us to make sure that we are re-engaging in a healthy way. Okay, so we're coming to the end of My Mending Monday. So if there are any questions that you have based on anything that I've said, now is the time to ask them. If you've never heard of a coping skill and you need more information on a coping skill, or if you just want me to help you to make a coping skills box, or kind of just walk with you, to kind of get those juices, those creative juices flowing, and saying, hey, I don't really know what I could use to cope. Maybe you just need some help with seeing the positive that's there for you, to be able to see what those tools are. Remember, the portrait is always yours. All I do is help you find the paint. Now, whatever you do with it after that, is up to you. So if you do need a little bit of extra help, I am a life coach, obviously, and you can always reach me at my phone number, 951-567-8117, or you can go online at Omar Ali, and you can schedule your free 30-minute consultation. It's just you and I. We'll sit, we'll talk, we'll just chat. And you can tell me what it is, or the areas that you would like for me to walk with you on. And we can just kind of take it from there. Again, right now, I do the best that I can to give you the best that I can in this hour. Before it was 30 minutes, we stretched it to an hour. Even now, an hour is not enough time to really work with you and give you what you need, because each person is an individual, and what you need, the next person may not need, and it is tailored for you. We'll sit, we'll meet, and we'll make it happen. I am Omar Ali again, your life coach, whether you know it or not. And I thank you so much for coming in to My Mending Mondays and allowing me to impart something into your life. I hope that this has been helpful to you. And I thank you guys. I thank you guys for allowing me today to come on and to just kind of all the things that has gone on with my day. I feel so good having been able to get this platform. And I hope that you also feel this, that it is an open space and where you can be comfortable and you can share. I do, again, thank you guys for sharing with me and for trusting me, just with whatever it is that you have put into the chat box. Again, if you are watching this on the replay, always you can leave a message. I do get them. I do go back and look at these things and I will respond. All righty. So here's to an awesome week and making Monday your best day of the week yet. And I will see you guys back here next week. Oh, and don't forget, if you want to be a guest on My Mindy Monday, put it in the chat box below. I will reach out to you and kind of get everything set up. Either myself or my manager will reach out to you and get all of your information. And we would love to put you on calendar. All right. Hi, Deb. That's my baby. Love you. Again, you don't have to be a life coach, a therapist, or anything like that. But if you want to just come on and share your journey with us, and we would love to have you as a guest host on My Mindy Monday. All right, for real this time. I'm gone. I'll see you guys.